All right, so before I go into the watch list, what we're going to be watching the trade on what's tomorrow, Wednesday, July 30th. I first want to start by saying FOMC day tomorrow, which explains why today I think was just so boring. The day before FOMC day is usually pretty dead, and so is the morning of FOMC day, unless we get some nice gap plays. And then after FOMC, we'll see what the announcement and the Fed notes have to say. But I'm just always glad to get that behind me. The SPY did gap up, but then had kind of a solid red day today. NASDAQ down about 80, Dow down about 204. But the other thing I wanted to say is one of the scans I run looking for stocks to put on this watch list, one of them is looking for bounce plays. And paraphrasing here, but the rough parameters are 4 days in a row down, and then the day of the scan, which is today, at least 5% down. And in strong markets, I've seen that return zero results or even just a couple. Today it returned a whole bunch. So to me, that's a little bit of an underlying tell that there is some weakness out there, but I'm not predicting anything. I'm just letting you know it returned more results from that scan than it probably has all year. So anyway, I thought that might be worth noting. And let me put this up here for people that are new in the chat, just to give you a quick explanation, right? It's a short video of charts that have very good potential to give us some great trades during the next session. So I'm looking for in-play stocks, and then we'll take A-plus setups if we see any, right? All right, so with that said, what are we watching to trade tomorrow? REPL, I know this is a weird-looking chart. I do think it's interesting. It feels like the gap down is overdone because the gap down day, that was the low, and then it had a nice pop sideways and is pushing up into the gap here. Also topped at 399, so maybe a 4 break tomorrow. It had relative strength today. I know the chart's ugly. I get that. RNA, you had this high of 38 back here. Big volume 3 sessions ago, topped at 37.59, and now you've got a couple inside day. Maybe not an inside day, but a couple lower highs. I'm putting that one on long watch. INMB. Looks a little bit like that REPL chart, but it's also working its way up into the gap and had relative strength today. Again, I know it's an ugly chart, but I do think it's worth keeping an eye on. XPRO, nice breakout today, could have a follow-through day. UAVS goes back on bounce watch, one of the drone plays. No trades in it today, and it's just another red day. And I've got a few drone plays on bounce watch. We'll run into those in a little bit. LIDAR, LIDR. We did get a second red day in a row down. It goes on bounce watch. No trades in it today. IOVA back on bounce watch again. Kind of had a neutral candle, closed about where it opened. I do think that still is a good setup for a bounce after that nice run it had last week. ABAT, I believe it's a rare earth play. And after this big run and then the gap up, you got 3 solid days in a row down right into the 20-day. Putting that on bounce watch. Again, in chat, we know what to look for intraday setups. I don't just take these blindly, right? PDYN, also really not very pretty, but it was one of the drone plays. Had the big breakout and now is all the way back down. I would call this area where the horizontal line is support because it bounced off this area after that big run. To me, it's overdone and down nearing support. I'm putting that on bounce watch. DECK, after the gap up, you got 3 red days in a row, putting that on bounce watch, looking for a possible turn back up tomorrow. FFAI, another recent strong one with those 3 clean candlestick setups down near the 20-day. Bounce watch. DPRO, another drone play that looks, a lot like PDYN, possible bounce. And this was resistance where the horizontal line is, right? And so we got the big breakout, and now we're back down to test the breakout spot. I like that one for a potential turn back up. And then maybe Mara, which is a Bitcoin play, reported earnings in after hours. As I'm talking to you, it's trading at 17.25. We'll see if it's still gapping in the morning. We'll put it on the gap play list. I almost think I should put MCVT on there too. It's extended from the moving averages, but it's held up pretty damn well, right, after that nasty red candle yesterday. So I didn't have it written down, but I'm going to put that one on watch as well. And that's it. I'll see you guys in pre-market, and we'll build a list of gappers together in the morning. Have a great night.